Hey, bourbon brothers and sisters, Angry Mac back again with you, talking about craft bourbons. I love talking about craft bourbons. Anybody who knows me or watches me or follows me, and talking about follow me, now's the time to hit that subscribe, like, and share button. Just saying, knows that I am a huge fan of the craft. Now, why the craft? You could go to the Legacy. You can go Buffalo Trace, Heaven Hill, Four Roses, Jack Daniels, and these big giant companies owned by bigger companies and get consistency most of the time. You can get all these new special labels, these allocated bottles. You can get consistency. Like if you look at the turkey line, you usually know what a turkey or Russell tastes like. You can get that, and you can pay a premium for that. You can get their bottom shelf stuff, or you can get some craft. You can get the craft by people who are passionate, by a group of people working together, small numbers, hand picking, handcrafting different expressions for you. Now, I know that people have a lot of pros and cons about it, but if you look at the craft, you're getting small batches, you're getting experimental blends, you're getting local ingredients, you're getting people from the local community involved. I mean, it's more than just a craft. It is a family. It is a craft community family. This family and community expands much further than just you and I. They help each other behind the scenes like we don't understand. Grains, sending blenders over, when there are problems, sending mechanics over. This is a group of passionate people who have once told me, I think we have the encores right here. Jim from ASW once told me, whiskey rich, cash poor. They're not doing this to get wealthy. They're not doing this because one day they're going to be zillionaires. They're doing this because the love and the passion. And you can taste it all in each bottle. I'm not sure you can taste that or get those stories from the Legacy. Yes, there are great Legacy stories, but how old are those stories? Now's the time to get involved on the ground floor of new stories. I mean, you can go to these craft distillers. You know, like I've talked about it before, Larkin can just pull somebody off the bar. Let's go pick a barrel. Let's get our next barrel sample going. You know, you're there watching them do the dirty work, but more than that, you're listening to the love and passion. Now, we all know historically there's been a downside to buying craft. Inconsistency. Overpriced, you have to pay shipping. Not aged long enough. Now we're in a time where all these craft distillers have aged products. 6s, 8s, 10s. We're no longer getting a standard 2, 4, and a lucky of a 5-year from a craft. We're getting age. We're getting age. Looking like an Elkwood Reserve, 16-year, because there's so much to choose from. They have been distilling so long, and now there are so many barrels for these non-distilling craft industry people to pick and blend and make for you. It's absolutely fantastic. Overpriced is interesting. Now, yes, you may pay a little bit more historically for the craft. You're paying for that local grain. You're paying because they're not buying 7,000 tons of corn or wheat or barley or whatever they're buying. They're buying or raising, growing themselves in much smaller quantities. They're experimenting more, so it costs them more. And let's face it, they can't afford to eat the cost, so it is a little bit more. But the market's adjusting. Those legacy brands, those prices aren't coming down, where the craft prices are staying. I'm looking at legacies now, dotting up $2, $3, $4, but I know the distribution on the craft is another problem. Mac, we have to pay the shipping. I'm trying to drink the whiskey to figure out what's good or bad, so to help you out with the distribution, you can just get on Shared Pour, Bourbon Outfitters, Sealbacks. There are so many reputable dealers now, free shipping. You bundle things up, you get more than one bottle. It's not as pricey as it once was. That changed. And as I said, the prices of craft are remaining pretty consistent while putting out some pretty damn good product. Now, I'll give you some personal information about the craft, things that drew me in and things that can draw you on. Let's start on my left here. This is Limestone Farms. My man Tom Morrow, great guy, representative from Limestone Farms, sent me out some samples ages ago, and I said, which one should I get? Before I even got the sample, he said, Mac, you got to get the Limestone Morgan Family Estate. It's our premium bottle. And let me tell you, is the bottle pricey? Sure. I think it cost me about I'd like to say like $115. It is a unique, handcrafted, each barrel is different. This bottle is absolutely amazing. It surprised the heck out of me how good it was because I've never heard of them before. They were new. Give him a chance. But when I talked to Tom, I could hear the passion. Now, Kings County, if you know me, you know I love Kings County. I'm a little bit of a homer, New York guy, New York's oldest distillery, Brooklyn Pot Stilled. This stuff is absolutely amazing. I respect everything they do. Work from the grain, they use New York grains, old-fashioned distilling. It's a tiny little operation in an old castle in Brooklyn. Castle Fort, whatever you want to call it, these beautiful brick buildings. This is a product that doesn't get enough play around the country because of the distribution. So what's going to get you to buy this craft? This is an extremely amazing pour that will surprise you too. And I say it all the time, darker the better. Let me look over. Recently did a barrel pick with a few gentlemen. We weren't able to get down to Georgia. So I spoke to one of the owners, Chad. I actually spoke to Mr. Spillman at Kings County, also a great guy. Don't want to leave him out. Don't want to offend anybody here. So I spoke to Chad. He sent us up 4 samples when we were doing the Toasted series and didn't quite hit. They were good. Be the first New York barrel pick. We wanted something exceptional. We didn't want something just good. Called him up, long conversation, back and forth in emails. He actually called me in between just to see how he's doing because he knew I was sick. I don't know how he got that information, just to see how I was doing. We were talking about a wedding he was going to. So it was a lot of personal connection, which made it nice. In the meantime, my friend, Chris McCracken, Only Drams, not Only Drams, why can't I remember right? I'll Be Drammed. YouTube, also follow him. They scheduled one down there. I hooked them up. They had an amazing tour, that amazing experience, went out to dinner, and that son of a gun sent me pictures of it all weekend long, made me as jealous could be because I couldn't go down there. But the experience I had after speaking to me, he says, Mac, what are you looking for? I said, let's get something from the Encore series. He sent me up another 5 samples. We sat down together. We did a live tasting, got it together. But what a great experience with great people. It made it great because Chad was a great, passionate human being. I could hear him on the phone talking to him. Mac, you have any problems? Give me a call. Please come down here. We'd love to have you. You could just hear it. And I had the experience not there, but the experience there is going to be even better. And the 4th bottle I have here, the Neely. And I chose this one specifically the Neely family. The master distiller Royce and his wife Rebecca, along with all the family, the people who work there are just incredible. These are people that give a damn about their products. And I'm not saying the legacy brands don't, but let's face it, when it's a family-owned business and you have the passion and the people are there and you want people to come in, you're also selling yourself. You're selling what you believe in. These people care. Rebecca at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival was ear-to-ear smiles, the greatest hat I've ever seen. I got a big hug, loved the tattoos. She looked like she was making bourbon, and she looked like she was loving it. And just, you could really get this sense of feeling how much they cared. That is consistent throughout the craft industry. Once again, something you should try. Talking a lot, needed to cleanse my palate there. Now we look at the bigger pictures. Why should we buy craft? Experimental stuff. Like this one here is a maple finish. This one here is aged in some type of different type of oak barrel, secondary finish. This is a barrel proof that came out at Hazmat just because, and this is a unique blend. You know, these are all different. We have things that are coming out that aren't tasting the same. Their lineups are completely different, but they're still putting out great stuff consistently. So I look at a company like the Neely Brothers. This is the only bottle I have. the Neely family. It's the Jet Brothers is the name of this particular item, and I always confuse it. The Neely family puts out many different things. I've tried many different. This is the only bottle I have right now. But because whatever I've tried in this one, regardless if they're vastly different, they've all been bangers. ASW, Kings County, Limestone. I will try them all because what I've tried is great, and I love the variety. I love that they can take these tremendous risks and get them out to us because they're really hitting home runs. Do you really want to see the same stuff with this glut? Do you really want to see more allocated bottles from the Legacy? Do you really want to see more new labels that you're going to be waiting online for and paying an extra $25 for? Do you really want to see them just trying to get over? And that's my opinion. That's my opinion. Now, I'm not going to take away what they do. I do believe they care. But they have so much stock right now, and they don't want to lose the money. So there are a lot of marketing tricks, I think, to lure you in and to lure me in. This stuff is just as good. Just as good or better. And don't get me wrong, I love myself a good Russell's. I love Booker's. I'm a fan of the E.H. Taylor. I do love this stuff, and I do drink it. This is where my heart lies to because of the variation. So what we're going to do, these are some things that I would like you to do. Give the craft a try. Go out this month. In February, buy yourself a craft bottle. Leave me a message. Leave me what your favorite craft is. Put it in the comments. I'll respond. Maybe you have something I haven't tried before that I want to try. Send me something. I'll try it. I'll review it. Whatever you want, but we have to spread the word about the craft. So I want you, one, buy yourself the craft bottle. I'm just asking. I'm not telling. Biggest one I tell everybody, visit a local distillery. Craft distillery. If you're in Kentucky, go to the craft. If you're in New York, go to the craft. If you're in Colorado, go to the craft. Find yourself your local craft distillery, get to know the people, have a great time, and enjoy what is going on there. And lastly, like, share, and subscribe. Find the people you love, give them a hug. Tomorrow's no guarantee. And what I am drinking in my Kings County glass, and I am drinking the Limestone Farms. Cheers, everybody. As I said, find somebody you love, give them a hug. Tomorrow's no giving, and find your craft distillery. I'll tell you what, you're going to fall in love with them too. That is damn delicious.